I'm Olivia Greener and I'm a solicitor in the employment team at Shepherd and Wedderburn. We're almost at the end of our festive series, and today I'm going to be considering some discrimination issues that can arise from office Christmas parties and how employers can ensure they create a fun and inclusive environment for employees to celebrate the festive season. I'm going to look at two examples of real-life employment tribunal claims. The first involves Mrs. Palladino, who was one of the oldest employees in the office she was based in. She was 45 years old at the time of the alleged discrimination, and her colleagues were primarily in their 20s. Leading up to Christmas 2021, as is typical up and down the country, discussions began about where the office Christmas party should be held. Mrs. Palladino suggested a venue which was primarily for children and families, but hosted adult events in the evenings. Some of Mrs. Palladino's younger colleagues suggested a different venue. None of the claimant's colleagues agreed with her suggestion, and ultimately, management chose a different venue. Mrs. Palladino raised an employment tribunal claim against her employer, claiming that, as her younger colleagues had not agreed with her venue suggestion and had instead suggested somewhere that she asserted was a club, she had suffered direct age discrimination. Mrs. Palladino's claim was ultimately struck out, but employers should be alive to the types of decisions that are commonly made in respect of Christmas parties, and whether these decisions could result in someone being treated less favourably because of a protected characteristic, which, in this case, was age. The second case concerns a woman who was not invited to her employer's Christmas drinks. The claimant brought a claim of discrimination on the grounds that she was excluded because she was on maternity leave. Whilst the employment tribunal accepted the employer's explanation that the drinks were informal and arranged at the last minute, the employment judge ultimately decided that the reason the claimant had not been invited to the drinks was because of the fact that she was on maternity leave. Had the claimant not been on maternity leave, she would certainly have been invited to the drinks. This case serves as a reminder to employers to ensure that employees who are on maternity leave are invited to work events and generally kept in the loop about relevant updates in the business. This includes employees on other types of long-term leave, such as sick leave. If you have a query about discrimination issues at work, please get in touch with a member of the employment team at Shepherd and Wedderburn.